Reflection week. Worried. I was worried more.
I love fall. I love Thanksgiving. I love the fall
Really
changing.
to attract all good things into your life. So let's start talking about
Toxic people make you feel bad about yourself. They add stress to your life.
challenge day number 2.
Live.
Okay, hey everybody, this is Dallas and Nakia. We are doing our first ever tea and talk today, and we are excited. Yay! And I brought my Hello Kitty mug. I'm drinking green tea. I am on this cutthroat diet that I'm not enjoying. What you got, Nakia?
It says I only work to support my shoe addiction.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I need that mug, girl. You know, I have one thing about me. I have a mug addiction. I love nice mugs, and I would buy a lot more if I could.
I don't have any
But
more
I try
room
not.
for any more mugs. I don't have any more room. My husband keeps telling
Right.
me, why you keep bringing home these mugs? I was like, they so cute.
So many pretty ones out there to get your hands on. So
Exactly.
today we're talking about the money mindset. So we're going to have a conversation about that. And we got our little connection issues together. Good. So that's awesome. But this is Dallas Nakia coming at you with the tea and talk from LBCU. So we're excited. And you may see like people crossing my background, like my husband's trying to go around the table. But we're all working around the house today, so it is what it is. But
That's
I'm going to pull up some of our topics that we want to talk about today. So I know that, you know, the road to success and the road to my dreams has been, you know, for me, a long one. You know, I don't know about you, Nakia, but
yes, it's tough. It's very rewarding. Let me say this. It's very rewarding, but it's a lot of hard work. And I don't think people really realize it. You see all the flash on the social media that everything is, you know, great. And I done made this much money and this much success, but people don't really understand until you get in the trenches that it's a lot of hard work. Very rewarding, but it's hard work. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I don't think that people measure up, you know, being an entrepreneur and working for yourself. I don't think that people measure that up with having like a real job. So
Right.
I know that you probably heard that before, like from your relatives or from friends that, oh, well, I got a real job. I work a 9 to 5. You're home with the kids. So
right.
Don't know what
and
you're
it is a real job. It is a job. It's a business.
Yeah, and people don't understand that this is a real job.
Right.
Like if it wasn't for somebody being ambitious and going after their dream, you wouldn't have a job.
Exactly.
So you got to remember that it takes hard work and dedication, like to actually build these companies.
Right.
You know, I don't know why people don't measure, you know, hard work with working for yourself. But let me tell you, you will probably work harder for yourself than you will at somebody else's 9 to 5. You see the way I turned?
Right. But you know what I realized that we have to instill in our kids the one in the drive to be an entrepreneur. I don't think, you know, when we were growing up, I was raised well, which I'm sure you were as well, but I don't think, you know, we instill, and I'm not saying our parents, but I'm just saying people in general, they don't instill those principles in their kids. So that's not an option down the road for them. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you start at the foundation, like my daughter will have that instilled in her because that's me. That's the crust of who I am. You know what I mean?
Yep. And what was so surprising to me is that the other day I was in the car with my son and he's 13. So, you know, he's kind of like, you know how some kids, they know what they want to do from young and they kind of stick to it. Oh, I want to be a doctor. And they just say it up until adulthood. Well, my son is a little bit like me where when I was a kid, I had something new every week I wanted to be. Like one week I wanted to be a fashion designer. The next week I wanted to be an artist. It was different every week. So, but last week we were in the car and we were talking about football because he plays football.
Okay.
He was saying, well, mom, I mean, I'm having fun, but I'm not that serious about this. I don't know if I really want to be an athlete. I want to do what you and dad do. And I said, what's that? These businesses and, just having our own businesses online. He was like, I want to do that. So
that's right.
It was a blessing to hear him say that, because we've started just this year giving him tasks like adding products to our stores, designing t-shirts, doing a lot of things that literally you can teach your 13-year-old to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know you've heard some stories online. Like I saw one story the other day where an 11 or 12-year-old is making thousands a month on Amazon. Her parents have taught her the business. And
did you see that? That was phenomenal. That's crazy.
She can do it. Come on. This is
everybody.
Anybody can do. But I think that people go into business with the wrong mindset. We were just talking about this earlier, Nakia. How people go into business and they just expect for business just to be easy. Like, snap my hands. I got my whole store set up. I'm selling online. I'm doing my thing. And I've only done this for a day.
Right. They give up too quickly. You know what I'm saying?
You work harder on your job. You work harder for somebody else. This is not a get rich quick scheme.
Oh, not at all.
It isn't. You have to put in the work, and you have to come into, your business with the right mindset, because that takes us to our first topic. Having the wrong mindset when you first come into business can defeat you from the door.
Talk you out of some stuff. Want to talk you out of it?
Exactly.
It will talk you out.
Right. It'll talk you out of it. Coming into business from the door with the wrong attitude. I had someone that I was talking to the other day, and I'm not sure if they quite understood me, but I get a lot of messages in my inbox a lot of times about people being interested in, what is it that you do? Can I do this? I'm a stay-at-home mom too. I don't have a lot of income. What can I do to change my family situation? And I think that I hear a lot of words like, well, I'll try it. I don't know. It might not work for me, but I'll give it a try. And, can you show me your earnings? I need to make sure I'm guaranteed. Do you do that when you go to work for somebody?
You going to ask them to see their bank account?
Right. Do you ask your boss, look, I need a guarantee that I'm going to succeed at this job? Your boss is going to look at you and say, my success is up to you.
Right.
What is that? Do you hear that? If you
I'm outside. It's probably the plane. I'm sitting outside.
Okay. All right. Just making sure it's not our connection again. But do you go to your boss when you get a job, and on your first day, they train you and they show you what to do, and you look at them and you say, can you guarantee me to succeed at this job? Because I need to make sure I'm going to succeed.
They don't look at you like you're crazy, and they're going to tell you to hit the door.
You're fired. Let me show you the door. Let me show you can be successful out there in the world, because you're not going to be successful here. No, you have to be successful. Each person is successful according to, number one, the mindset, and number two, the work that they put in. It's not going to help you to see my pay stubs.
Right.
It's not going to help you to see my bank account, because do you have my drive?
Exactly.
Do you have my ambition?
Do you have the skill? The skill.
Yeah. You have my skill.
Exactly.
So, to each is given, to each is required. You have to take what's given to you and you have to use it. Chew it up, eat it, and apply it. And my drive might not be your drive. My mindset might not be your mindset. So it wouldn't be helpful for me to flash about my income.
Absolutely. 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 I totally agree with you. I think, people, like I said before, don't understand that it's hard work. It's your mindset, but it's also investment. You have to invest in the tools to get you where you need to be. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not, you can't look for somebody else to show you. You have to seek it out, whether it's training material, and this stuff's not cheap. I know you have spent quite a bit of money to be trained on the things that you know. And people don't understand, I think, with the business mindset, it comes with investment. You have to invest, your time, your money, and everything's not free. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you'll waste some money. Gosh, I've wasted so much money on some trainings and some mentors and gurus, and I didn't get anything out of it. You know what I'm saying? Gurus, you see me, right?
Gotta bring your hands up and do that.
Yes. So, I would have quit a long time ago had I just got frustrated because I laid down a couple of $100 or $1,000 or a couple of $1,000, I would have quit and gave up. But there's something, it's inside of you. You know what I'm saying? It's that drive, that mindset. It's the whole package, because you could have the mindset and just be sitting around thinking that it's going to come out the sky too. You know what I mean? So I think it's a whole compass of things, but the mindset is where it starts, because I feel like that is your strongest, you know, ally against everything out here. You know what I mean? You know, just being positive about things and being driven, you'll go far. You know what I mean? In business.
I completely agree. I think that you have to figure out what it is that you want to do. What is the desires of your heart? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to see your family? Okay. I think that you have to decide what it is that you want to do, and you have to dedicate yourself to it. The question shouldn't be, how much is this going to be? How much is it going to cost me? Because let me just bring to your remembrance, when you want the new iPhone, you don't ask that question. When you want that latest bag or that latest pair of shoes, or you want that latest gadget, if you're a man, you don't ask that question. When it's time to shop for Christmas, you don't ask that question. A lot of people will literally go, broke. They will get like 10 times in debt
to have the latest and greatest.
Just for Christmas. You know what I mean? Just for buying their family members stuff for Christmas, they will go and find a credit card girl where you don't know where they got it from.
Exactly. This credit line falling out the sky.
When you really want something, you make it happen.
Absolutely.
So when people say to me, "Oh, but that's 30 something a month," are you serious? That's when I know you are not ready and you don't have the mindset for business. Do you know how much money it takes just to buy information? Okay.
Yes.
Just your circle changed. Okay.
Yes.
Around we're around certain circles of people who have like mindsets, who have more information than we do. We're plugged into some great circles. Do you know how much it costs just to be around certain people?
It's very expensive.
You have to decide that I'm not going to put a certain price tag on my success. It is whatever it takes.
Absolutely. And it's a point you brought up. A point you brought up is your circle changes. When your mindset changes for the things of business and success, and whatever success looks like for you, your circle and your surroundings change, and it should change. You know what I'm saying? You should be growing and should surround yourself around people that are going to help you grow and go to the next level. You know, you can't stay where you are. If you want to see a change, there's a quote, and I can't remember. If you want to see change, you have to do something different, something like that.
Yeah.
But you have to do something. Absolutely. You can't stay stagnant. You got to grow. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You can't do the same thing every day and expect different results. Okay. If you're constantly hanging, and I'm trying to find our list while I'm talking, but if you're constantly hanging around the same people, okay, that have limited mindsets, you know they do. They're constantly reminding you of your past. They're constantly negative on you. I mean, they're not happy for you ever. Okay. You can't blame them. You have to blame yourself. Elevate your mind, elevate your life. When you elevate your mind, your circle is going to automatically start to be elevated as well, unless you don't allow it to.
Right.
You know, so that's something to think about. You have to give your mind the daily tune-up.
Yes.
Just like your car needs oil, it needs maintenance, girl. I hate when I see that check engine light go off up on that thing. I hate when I see that gas light come on. That means I need to get somewhere and fill up.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
You need the daily fill with your mindset.
Exactly.
You need the daily.
So Dallas, what do you do for daily tune-ups, you know, when your mind might be straying or you're frustrated, just things aren't going right? What are some things that you do to help you keep your mind focused and on track?
Well, I know throughout the day, I start my day with my prayer time. I start my day, you know, with my scriptures. I have an app. It is a wonderful app. If you guys are Christians and you're into, you know, the Bible, this is a perfect app. It's called iDisciple. It is on my phone, and every day there are new messages that you can either listen to by audio, new devotionals that you can read. I'm a very mobile person.
Right.
So, you can be met wherever you are. So if you're a mobile person, cool. If you're a book person, cool. You can pick up a tangible book. But for me, I kind of like live with my phone in my hand. So iDisciple works great for me. I start my day before I open my eyes, I don't like to get right on social media when I first open my eyes. I don't like to see what other people are doing when I first open my eyes. I don't like to answer my phone with somebody with drama on the other end.
Right.
When I try to guard my mornings. So be a keeper of your mornings. Don't just let anybody into your mornings, and watch how you start your day. You don't want to start your day with social media. You really don't. You know how a lot of people start their day with the news.
Wow.
I mean, they fill themselves up with all the negative things that just happen in the world, and they wonder why they're dragging all day. Like, oh, there's no hope.
Because it's nothing but negative. And I had to stop watching the news. I really do not watch the news. I only know what's going on if somebody posts it on social media or if my husband tells me about it. Exactly. I had to cut it out because it's loom and gloom all day. You know what I mean? And we used to watch it right before bedtime, and then I was wondering why I couldn't get good sleep. Exactly. All this nonsense I done watched on TV, you know?
Exactly. So much nonsense going on. It's so much nonsense going on in the world. And I'm not, it's good to know about your. I'm not saying that because my husband, I don't want to hear that from him later. Because he'd be like, don't tell these people. But because he always is in my case, like, you need to know what's going on around you, okay?
It's true.
So that's true. But I'm just saying, I don't make the news the central part of my day. Absolutely. Because it will bring you down, okay? So when I wake up, I reach to a positive book, affirmation, a positive scripture. I take time to clear my mind and focus my mind on the success for today. Once I do that and I pray, I release, I meditate, I focus on what tasks do I need to get done today. I focus my mind on those tasks, okay? And I get myself up. And whatever motivates you to get yourself ready for the day, it might be a jog. Some people get motivated by the shower. Whatever works for you, you need to connect with that. So a lot of times I start my day with a walk. If the weather's different, I might start my way another day. I'm saying it backwards. My day another way. But the important piece, what is going on? Oh, that's the oven. The important piece, though, of all of this, okay, is that you have to start your day appropriately. Okay, you don't want to start your day with nonsense and negativity. And I'm going to tell you now, God forbid you wake up next to somebody negative. I pray for you.
Absolutely. We gotta rethink things if you're sleeping next to the enemy.
With the enemy, okay? I'm sorry if you're sleeping with the enemy. I really am sorry.
That's terrible. Okay? And you gotta really rethink those things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm not, everybody's situation is different. I'm not telling anybody what they should and shouldn't do. But definitely you have to rethink things if your counterpart is negative. Thank God mine is not.
Yes.
I have a very supportive husband.
Yes.
Yes. Definitely need that.
And I'm thinking to do.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
So yeah, what do you do during the day to supercharge your mind to keep your
I have really, and I'm just gonna be honest because I'm human. I found when I was starting my day with my devotion and my scripture, my days would go better. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I get involved with so many things and just jumpstart and kickstart my day. You know what I mean? It's getting the baby off to school. By the time I get home, I'm gone for the day. I notice there's a big difference in my day.
Right.
So what I'm trying to do is take those times where I just have quiet time, getting back into my Bible, because that's the root for me. That's the basis of everything for me. That's how I was raised. Mm-hmm. And I always have to go back to it when I fall short, because we're all human. Definitely going to get that app because I think that app would help me out a lot. I have the Bible.
You will love that app.
I'm going to get that app. But I do try to take a couple of moments a day and just, quiet, no music. I just feel like, life is just going, you know what I mean? And I have to take time out of the day to just, meditate and just focus on, you know what I mean? Myself. You know what I mean? A lot of times I'm focusing on everybody else's business and I'm not taking time out for myself.
Exactly.
So I neglect myself at times. But, quiet time and it's not much you get. So you got to take it when you can get it. You know what I mean? Especially with kids and husband. But I got to get back to the roots of my scripture and my devotion. You know, that's what makes it go for me. You know what I mean? That's when I feel whole. You know what I mean? And things work well for me. So
exactly. I feel you on sometimes it being a struggle. I mean, girl, one single email from Amazon.
That's it.
I'm all over it. That breaks up scripture time. That breaks up. If I get I guess that's why it's important to kind of like not going to the email first.
Yes.
Because if it is a particular day where I just roll over and I'm like, you know how your screen shows all those messages you missed when you were, and I like to scroll them first. If I see, Amazon services, I'm like, oh no. I get out my computer. That right there. So now I'm in work mode already.
Exactly.
So that's so easy to do. And I feel you already know my situation around here with kids.
Yes.
You know, so it's hard to always start your day the way that you want to. When you have kids, you have husband, you have a family, you have life.
Right.
Say, okay, every single day I'm going to start my day with my devotions. It gets hard. So does anybody else have challenges with that? You know, definitely interact with us. Put it in the chat. What are your challenges with?
Absolutely. Let us know what you do to, you know, help keep your mind right. We definitely want to hear from you.
If you're watching this from YouTube, hey, everybody, thanks for joining us. Definitely pop your comments at the bottom. If you're here on the live event, put your comments in the chat. We want to see what you struggle with, or we want to see what you're doing to supercharge your mindset that's like working for you. But I was just saying throughout the day, as far as sustaining that positive mindset throughout the day, I just try to feed my mind as much positive information as possible. Right. So if I'm exercising, while I'm exercising, I will probably be killing two birds with one stone. It's just saying. I'm not really killing the birds, but I'm just saying that I don't want nobody thinking animal cruelty is not here. Okay, I'm not saying that. What
absolutely.
When I'm exercising, I got Sandy K in my ear, or I got this one in my ear, or I got a training in my ear. While I'm adding products, I got a training in my ear. So I'm always doing two things at once because I have limited time.
Right.
I'm trying to motivate myself all throughout the day. I would say I at least listen to 3 recordings during the day. And if I can get a chapter from a book into, I'm going to do it. But some days that's just not possible for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. So our next topic we want to talk about is positive people, surrounding ourselves around positive people. Right. And I find this is so important.
Mm-hmm.
I think people can really take you to another place. You know what I mean? Change the whole mood of how you feel. And I have struggled with this probably for years. You know what I mean? It's like that same person calling you with drama, or there's an issue in their life. And I'm not saying you can't be there, because obviously that's not the Christian way. You know, you got to be there for for your people. But you really have to be able to tune some of that out. You know what I'm saying? Because it really could drag you down and take you to another place that you don't want to go to. And you know, I'm really mindful of who I surround myself around. Not that I'm better than anybody else by any means, but it's important who my circle is around, who you know, who I circle myself around, because you know, you don't want to be surrounded by that negativity all the time, because eventually you become a negative person as well. You know what I mean? You become around your surroundings. What do you think?
Exactly. I completely 100% agree with you. I mean, you cannot fly with the eagles if you're hanging out with the pigeons. And that's just about time. Did the eagles have the pigeons? Okay. The eagles, they soar high. Okay. And they spot their prey from far away. Okay. The pigeons are the ones picking off the garbage, and they're feeding off everybody else on the ground. But the eagles aren't doing that. The eagles are doing that. They are viewing life from up above. They're not viewing life from down on the ground. And a lot of those old relationships and a lot of those old friendships, when you talk to them, all they have to talk about is feeding off of somebody else's negative energy.
Yes.
Oh, They're picking off bread from what somebody else is doing. Oh, did you hear what Beyonce did last week? And oh, did you hear how she dropped low on the award show? And that's great, but she's not paying me, okay? Nobody's paying me. I don't want the beehive coming from me now, okay? But what I'm just saying is that these people are not putting money in my pocket. So to be honest with you, no. When me and Nakia get together, or me and any of my other very positive friends get together, are we talking about Beyonce or the award show? No. We're talking about greatness. We're talking about our great plans. We're talking about how we can help one another to get to the next level. We're uplifting one another. We are encouraging one another. It is like so much good energy between us when we talk, and when we get off the phone or we get off the chat, we feel re-energized.
Exactly.
We have new direction. So that's why your circle matters. Your circle matters, because you could start your day so positively, and then by the end of the day, because of all the negative friends and family members or whoever else that you've talked to that day, you literally have your head to the ground.
You wore out. You wore out.
You're exhausted. You're exhausted. And I'm not saying that you can't, and that's my phone ringing, excuse me, but I'm not saying that you can't be there for somebody. That's not what I'm saying. You should be there for other people, okay?
Absolutely.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't. Like, for instance, if I want to call Nakia because I'm having some issues today, and I might text her or I might call her and say, Nakia, like, this is a rough day right now for me. I'm not feeling this day. And she would uplift me at that point.
Absolutely.
But me calling her every day, and I got drama in my life every single day.
I'm sending you the voicemail.
Exactly. Something's wrong with that picture.
Right.
Okay? And you have friends that you will give your pearls to, okay? And they're not going to be worth your pearls. Your pearls are your advice. Your pearls are your wisdom, okay? You're giving them away, what they say, giving them away to swine, because they're not going to know what to do with them.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, you're wasting your time. So basically, you spend an hour on the phone. I know when I'm on the phone long, I start sweating.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm sweating. I done got off the phone. My face is wet and everything else. I didn't spend an hour of my day with you, okay? And next week, you're doing the same thing that we talked about last week.
Telling you about the same drama. Nothing has changed.
You're not elevating.
That's the problem. That's the problem when you, and it's so frustrating to me, you offer in advice, you trying to help, and they in the same situation. They ain't heard nothing you said, and you still wasted time. And I don't know about you, but my time is so valuable. Really like, I don't have time to waste on nobody and nothing. Yeah. Nothing at all. You know what I mean?
Yep. So at least when I talk to you and I give you my hard-earned advice that I took years to get to this point, I took years to gain this nugget of wisdom, and I give it away to you, and I'm not seeing you elevate from that. I'm seeing you doing the same thing. It was a waste of, I basically lost my voice talking to you for nothing.
And I can't get my time back. I can't get my time back. You know what I mean? So I think it's extremely important. You know what I mean? Not only does your mind have to be in a place, negative people can make your mind go so to the left. And we got to make sure we surround ourselves around positive people. That's just it. There's no way of getting around.
Fly with the eagles.
Absolutely.
Fly with the eagles, because listen, some of the stuff that I have in my future, okay, I should be able to share it if I want to with a friend, and they should be able to be excited for me. They should be getting their praise on. They should be encouraging me like, oh, I can't wait till you get there. I'm going to be with you on that boat. Okay. If I share some of these dreams in this head with some of my negative friends or people who I've had in my past, if I were to share this stuff with them, they would think, oh, she's stuck up. What's she need a maid for? Why does she need a nanny helping her? Why does she need to fly on jets? Why does she need a yacht? That's because I want to think big, and that's what I want. So I'm going to have it. And if you can't understand that, you're just going to put a damper on my dream.
Right.
You're just poking my seeds. You don't need people around you that when you plant your seeds, they're there to immediately choke them.
And you got to be careful who you plant your seed with. You got to be careful who you share your dreams and aspirations with, because everybody is not on that vision, and they could be praying against your vision and not for your vision. You know what I mean?
You don't want that. You can't share your plans with everybody, and everybody is not your friend.
Yeah.
And I learned that from childhood. I remember my dad, he used to say to me growing up, daughter, I hear you. My son does it now, y'all. Okay. So he's young. But my father used to say to me, everybody is not your friend.
Yes.
And I had to learn that. And as you can see, now I can kind of like count my friends on one hand, my real core friends. I can count. But that's because everybody is not for you. I mean, to the heart of hearts, loyal in their heart. Everybody's not for you.
Absolutely.
So
definitely. So there's some good stuff. I'm getting some good stuff from myself.
I'm starting to sweat, so I know
it's getting. You know, it's good when you're getting hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm drinking my tea, and this is making me hotter. So this is just a good.
Yes.
Anybody who didn't show up, they're just missing out. But that's
they're gonna have to catch the replay because it's some good stuff. So feeding your mind the right food. It's funny that we mentioned this as one of our topics. Is, you know, I went to a women's conference over the weekend, and it was called the True Conference at my church. And there was she's some scientist. I don't know the specific name for her. Girl, she talked so fast, but she provided some good information. And she was talking about the food we eat. I know you're talking about food, and you might have meant it in a different way, but she was talking about the food we eat correlates with our mind. You know what I'm saying? If you're digesting and putting all this junk in your body, your mind ain't going to be sharp, pretty much is what she was saying. You need to be eating healthy, and it's not just about losing weight. It's about your body. You know what I mean? Your mind is an organ in your body. You know what I mean? You need to be feeding it good nutritional stuff so you can be sharp. To learn all of that, all of the things you need to learn, and to, you know, cast out your vision. You know what I mean? If you're sluggish and you're run down because you're not taking care of yourself, so it's not just food, it's good sleep, which, girl, you know, you and I need to do better about our sleeping pattern.
Yes, definitely.
But definitely what we ingest. So what do you think about that?
I completely agree. You hear me every now and then say that I'm tweaking my eating. And I do that every now and then, and try just to cleanse, because I notice a difference in myself when I'm snacking. And I know everybody's level of snacking is different. So I know, like with me, my kids eat pretzels. My kids, and like I said, this is probably a small level from some people, but it's still snacking. So like my kids eat pretzels. They, every now and then, my mom brings them cheese curls, which is like forbidden, okay? Because different effects of cheese curls. I just can't stand it. But sometimes the kids, they eat cheese curls. So that means what? That means when it's here, I can get it and I can eat it. So what happens, because I work at night a lot of times when the kids are asleep, I get hungry and I want to go reaching for snacks. So I notice a difference in myself when I'm mainly eating meats and fruits and vegetables and eating natural stuff, okay? And cleansing my body and drinking water. I'm sharper. I have more energy. You know, and I'm just more positive, you know, just naturally more positive when I'm eating better and I'm treating my body better than I am when I'm just snacking and I'm just kind of sluggish. And, you know, I bake sometimes too. So I'm taste testing here and there.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous. So like, I agree, girl. I agree with what she was saying. I do believe that your mind is much sharper when you're eating and taking care of yourself the way that you really should.
Yeah. And I actually bought her book. So when I delve into her book, I am going to share some of that information with everybody, and I'll actually bring the book when we mastermind in the next week or two when we get together, so that we can get some information out of that. Because it's some awesome stuff that she said, and it was so much stuff that I wouldn't even be able to cover a glimpse of it. But you know, she was really harping on, you know, and even in the book, she tells you where to get some organic stuff. You know, a lot of times we think a lot of this stuff is expensive, but if you support your local farmers, I don't know, you know, where everybody lives, but there's local farmers. You know, there's like a fruit stand not far from my daughter's gymnastics.
A lot near us,
Yeah, and that stuff was not expensive. We bought fresh peaches. string beans, all of this stuff. And she had fresh preserves and all kind of stuff that it wasn't expensive, girl. It was actually cheaper buying it from her than it was the grocery store. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I keep telling my husband that, you know, we just need to take a little 5-minute ride, 5 to 10 minute ride up the road. We live around a lot of farms and stuff. So we just literally need to go up the road and start getting our stuff instead of just being literally lazy and just going to Target. Like we really hate going to the grocery store, and we're so busy. So a lot of times what we do, Target is like 2 minutes from our house. We do like all of our grocery shopping there.
You're not the only one, girl. And I stay in Target. You know that's my store. I love Target.
And it's expensive.
It really is.
And we really don't care because we're just trying to hurry up and
because it's convenient. It's convenience. You know what I mean?
The things that we Americans do for convenience, and that's why we're considered the most obese, you know, of all of the different countries and nations. We're considered the most obese, and because a lot of us, we do a lot of things for convenience.
Right.
Everything is very rushed. The food is rushed. Everything is rushed. When yes, if you have a local farmer or place where you can go, you know, even in the city, they have a lot of vegetable markets.
Yes.
Where you can just go and buy freshly grown stuff. It's not sprayed with anything. It's organic. Where and you don't spend much. Actually, it's typically less in places like that than it is if you go to like a Wegmans or a Whole Foods.
Right. Absolutely. And Whole Foods is ridiculous.
That's gonna go on our goals list, girl. We're both of us.
It has to. We have to. And then you're supporting a business. Just like people support our business, you're supporting a business. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win. You get healthy and you support a business, to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So definitely that's going to be a goal of mine after this tea and talk. That, you know, next time I go out and I buy my vegetables, I'm just going to take a ride up the road. It's only a couple more minutes up the road, and I just need to take that drive because it's better for you.
Absolutely.
And like I was saying, I think I did a live yesterday, if any of you are just connected with me individually, about, you know, you got to go 100%. It's not just with your business. What about your mindset? What about your health? Okay, because if all of these things aren't balanced, let's say if you do nothing more in life than just reach your goals, when you get there, you won't have your health to enjoy it.
Right.
You won't have your family to enjoy it. You won't be able to sustain it because your mental is not strong enough to.
Right.
You know how many people you've heard of that are successful? They're actors or actresses, and they've actually committed suicide or gotten on drugs because they just couldn't handle the pressures that having more money can bring.
Absolutely. And their mind was not ready for that. Their mind was not ready for that.
Wasn't ready. So balance is so important, you know, and that's why we in the university at LBCU, we like to talk about all kinds of different topics, like not just like you can go anywhere online and just learn how to, hey, I just want to turn up my business and I just want to bring more customers to my product or service. I just want more people to know about my brand. Anywhere online and learn that. But can you really have balance? Can you be able to balance that, you know?
Right.
Because that's important. That's what we talk about with the university is both. We want to take time out every other week to balance ourselves so that we're not just focused on money, but we're also taking time and say, wait a minute, what's the nature of my spirit? You know, what am I doing with myself in my personal time, you know?
Right. Absolutely. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm enjoying this.
So we're almost, you know, over with our hour for the tea and talk, and I don't even really want to go.
Me neither, girl. I enjoyed this.
Way too much fun. And I see you're outside. You got a breeze going, girl.
It's beautiful out here, honey. I'm just enjoying this deck. Maybe when you come visit, we're gonna be out here, honey. We're gonna be out here.
I probably should have went out back too, girl, and joined you. I don't know. But so lastly, positive thinking and meditation, and you know, what's the importance of that? So we've already really gone over like some positive thinking, but what is your take, Nakia, on meditation? I know that there are different ways to meditate, to clear your mind or to keep it or to feed your mind, because it's different types of meditation depending on person.
Mine goes back to my faith. you know, that's just who I am. You know, it's different for everybody, and I know our university is encompassed with all different types of people.
Right.
But it all boils down to my faith. You know, taking out that prayer time, taking out that quiet time. You know, and it's not sitting here saying I read a whole book of the Bible or even a whole, you know, passage. You know what I'm saying? It might just be a quick scripture. You know what I'm saying? Something that's going to give me enough to get through those tough times. You know what I'm saying? Or the times where I'm tired. You know what I mean? It don't necessarily have to be a tough time, but a time that I'm like, I got so much to do. What am I going to do? How am I going to get this done?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think, you know, meditation is different for everyone. We go back to, you know, sometimes it might be getting in that prayer closet and really getting on your knees and praying. You know what I mean? And it could be just a quick 15, 20 minutes. Sometimes it's not a lot and it doesn't take a lot. But I think whatever it is for that individual, they need to take those 15 to 20 minutes out to do it. And I think it's important to do it in the beginning of the day because I think it sets the tone of your day. You know what I mean? And you have to make time out for yourself, just like anything else. You know what I mean? And like you said, if you're going to do it 100%. Don't half behind do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got to
do it 100%. Yes, and everybody needs that balance in their lives. And I think that with meditation, there are a couple different ways that I do it. And I would say that the morning is perfect for meditating and also at night. And there are different ways to meditate. So you can either meditate on your positive, your word or your books, okay, or your tapes. You can meditate that way. Basically, you're just fixating your mind, okay, upon something. You're shutting out the noise from the world for that 15 minutes. You're shutting out the noise from anybody else. And you're basically having that alone time to reflect on whatever that is. Some people literally meditate on nothingness, okay?
Right. And that's okay. It is
fine,
okay.
That's fine. It actually gives you a higher level of consciousness. It helps your decision making. It helps for you to be more intuitive when you make decisions. It helps you to move through your life with ease when you meditate. So basically what it is, guys, is you want to take like 5 to 15 minutes, whatever you can afford to take. It might be 5 minutes in the morning. It might be 5 minutes in the evening. If you can get it in twice a day, that's perfect, because it's really, really good to be in a meditative state of consciousness around breakfast time and at around bedtime. Okay. You want to basically take time away from the world. Turn your phone off. Okay, or put it in a different location. Tell your husband or whoever's helping you, or if nobody's helping you, tell your kids, mommy needs her time, okay, for 10 minutes. And basically you want to shut yourself off from the world in 10 minutes. And you just want to basically reflect upon what you're grateful for that day. Reflect on gratefulness. Reflect on whatever positivity that you want to reflect on, and basically reflect on your dreams and your goals. So take time to just see yourself living your best life, you know, for that amount of time. And it's good to do that twice a day.
Good stuff, Dallas.
Yeah,
good stuff.
That's what it's about. That's what it's all about.
Can I lay on your couch? Can I lay on your couch?
Come on over and lay on my couch, girl, because I can talk for days. Okay, we can talk for days about this mind. Okay, and get into thinking together. And one last little nugget that I want to share before I pass it to you, Nakia, is that the mindset is a daily journey. Okay, it doesn't end. So you don't say today that, okay, I'm going to get my mindset together and I'm going to think positively. And that's it. I got it together. No, I don't have it together. Actually, I'm a darn mess. Okay, just like everybody else. I have days where I look around at my circumstances, okay, and when they're not lining up with what I believe I should have, that can be pretty darn depressing on some days. Absolutely. And there's always a negative thought on the cups of a positive one, okay? Right. So when I'm thinking I'm beautiful, I'm in shape, I love myself, my businesses are growing, okay, I make money easily and effortlessly, like I'm going somewhere, I'm a great success, I give and receive love everywhere that I go. I got chill bumps now just thinking about some of my positive thoughts. But it seems like every time I get in the positive like that, there is some negativity, y'all, right on the cusp.
Knocking on the door.
Of that positivity. So let me just give you an example. You want to take on your negative thoughts one thought at a time. Mm-hmm. So if they come to you every second, you got to deal with them every second.
Right.
Okay. You can't say, oh, today is going to be a positive day. I'm going to think a positive thought all day. You got to take it as those thoughts come.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes those thoughts are so subtle. Sometimes they're so quiet that you don't, and you're so used to thinking them that you don't even realize that you're thinking them. I'm going to give you one. Like, for instance, on social media, you know that our pages and whatever we do with our brand, it is voted up basically by likes. Facebook is going to give you more attention the more that people engage and like your content.
Right.
How do they show you that they like your content? They show you they like your content by liking it, commenting, sharing, tagging a friend. It's the same thing at home with your family, okay? How do you know that your spouse appreciates what you're doing if they never say it?
Right.
Okay? So your mind can easily tell you, well, people never appreciate me. I do good stuff for people all the time. I'm always giving more than I receive. And I never get appreciated for anything. I give all this value on Facebook. I'm building this team. Nobody cares. Nobody supports me. Now, that's a very quiet thought that you could be walking around with every day and not even realizing that you have that thought. Okay. And this is how I used to really think. I mean, recently, until I said to myself, wait, that's negative.
Right.
That's negative. No. I give and receive love everywhere that I go.
Right.
I love everyone and everyone loves me. And that's the response that I get. And you just keep your mind that way, and magically, you're going to start to notice people are going to start responding to you with love.
Right.
You know why? Because you reflect on other people what you believe about yourself. You reflect on other people what you believe about them without ever having to say the words, because thoughts are energy.
Yep.
So anyway, on that note, I start getting into it, girl. Let me pass it back to you. Almost done.
All right, guys. Well, this was our first Tea and Talk. It was fabulous. I enjoyed it. I picked up some great nuggets. It's two friends, business partners, chatting it up with you guys. We truly appreciate you guys joining us. If you catch the replay, comment on YouTube. I see we got some visitors on YouTube, viewers on YouTube. Check us out. You guys check out Lady Boss Chick University on Facebook. We give tons of value every other week. We try to get into the body, mind, soul, your spirit. So it's not all business. You guys, our membership site launching soon. Dallas and I are talking about our launch date as we speak. We are super excited. You guys share it. Tell your friends about it. Don't forget to check out our awesome blog, lbcuniversity.com. It is the bomb, you guys. It is the best blog, hands down.
Lots of free value. Yes. You can learn anything on that blog, literally, like day-to-day situations to, you know, how to run your business. It is the bomb.com. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you definitely want to get up on there and be a part of this movement, because this is an awesome movement. Nakia and I are going to be masterminding next week, actually in Texas. So we're excited about that. Definitely connect with us, because we're going to be doing a lot of videos, a lot of lives. We're just going to be sharing a lot of value next week. And we are going to slip in a surprise launch. So you definitely want to already be on our list, okay? So that you can be the first to get inside of this university and get supercharged online with everything that you need as a woman specifically, but the men can gain too, to be extremely balanced. Not just, you know, with your business, but with your home, with your relationships, with your spirit, okay? With just being centered all together, okay? And we don't want you guys to miss it.
Absolutely. So we will, if you're catching the replay on YouTube, we will have all of our links on how to join this community, join this movement. We will also have the link for our membership site. Make sure you sign up and, you know, get on our emails, sign up for the membership site, because you will have the exclusive launch date information coming soon. So keep in contact with us. Dallas and I are super excited, you guys. So I think we made it. We did it.
Oh yes, we got through our first Tea and Talk, girl, and it was absolutely awesome. Me and Nakia love you, Nakia. We also love all of you, and we want you guys to have nothing but success. So until next time,
absolutely. Have a great day.
Have a great day. Bye.